I'm going within today. Here in my mind, I'ma be okay. A little love goes a long way. So I'm going within today. I'm going within today. Here in my mind, I'ma be okay. A little love goes a long way. So I'm going within today.
The moment everything slows down. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the Going Within podcast. I am your host, Reiki Master Sheena C, and I truly appreciate you for taking this journey inward with me. Wherever you're listening today, in your car, during your walk, while you're getting ready for work, or maybe you're simply sitting in silence, I just want you to know that this moment is for you, okay? I would like you to take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Hold it for just a second. Now let it go slowly. Again, inhale. Inhale peace. Exhale pressure. One more time. Breathe in possibility and breathe out resistance. Very good. Now allow yourself to arrive in this moment. Today's conversation is one that I think that every single person will experience at some point in life. And maybe you're living it right now. Or maybe not. Today's episode is called When Life Forces a Pause. Okay, when life forces a pause. None of us plan. We don't plan for those moments, right? And we don't put them on our calendars. We don't wake up hoping that life will interrupt our plans. Yet, somehow, life has a way of pressing the pause button for us. Would you agree? And sometimes it's because we lose a job, or sometimes a relationship ends. Sometimes our health changes. Sometimes we're emotionally exhausted. And sometimes we lose someone that we love. Someone dear to our hearts. And we simply wake up one morning and realize, hey, I can't keep living like this. Whatever the reason may be. That pause that life puts on us, it really feels convenient. Most of the time it feels frustrating. It feels confusing. Sometimes it even feels like, it's just unfair. Life is unfair. Because while we're trying to move forward in life seems to be asking us to stand still. Yet we still want to continue to move forward. But life is like, no, you need to stand still. And it's like a constant tug of war, push and pull. Because we don't like stillness. If I'm being honest, I think many of us have become addicted to movement. Am I the only one? Not just physical movement, but mental movement, emotional movement, always thinking, always planning, always having a problem to solve, always doing something. We're praised for being a productive citizen in society. We're celebrated for being a busybody. We get complimented for always having something going on, right? If someone asks how we're doing, one of the first things we have to say is, I've just been so busy, almost as if, being busy somehow proves our value. But here's something that I've learned, and being busy doesn't always mean you're moving forward. Sometimes being busy just means that you're moving, right? And there's a difference. You can spend years of your life running in circles and convince yourself somehow that you're making progress simply because you're exhausted. And being active or, having activities to do and growth are not the same thing, right? So I would like to invite you to think about your own life for a moment. Has there ever been a season when everything suddenly stopped in your life? Maybe your plans completely unraveled. Maybe, something ended that you thought would last for a long time. Maybe a door closed that you were convinced was meant to stay open. And at first, it probably felt like everything was falling apart, right? But looking back now, did you notice how much you changed during that season? Now, this is very important. Not because life was easy per se, but because you finally had space to hear yourself. You had space to think, hear your thoughts. Some of the greatest transformations, they don't happen while we're running. They happen while we're waiting, right? Look at COVID-19. So many people had epiphanies and revelations about themselves during that time because they were forced to stop. They were forced to pause. You couldn't go to work. You didn't have to wake up early and get your coffee going and get yourself ready to hit the road. You didn't have to do all of that. So life forced a stop on you to where you were kind of forced to think about your life and what really matters to you. Excuse me. So, one thing that I've noticed is that silence can feel very uncomfortable. And I've spoken about this countless times in the podcast, but it's very important. And it's not because silence is a bad thing. It's because silence removes distractions, right? We've spoken about that earlier on in the podcast season. We talk about how distractions is a doorway. When life slows down, there's nowhere left to hide. And all the questions that you've been avoiding begin to surface, right? And the emotions you've buried, they begin asking for attention. They become louder. All the dreams that you've been ignoring, they start whispering again. Hey, are we still doing this? And it's amazing how loud your inner voice becomes once external noise begins to disappear, right? At first, it can feel unsettling. I understand that. However, eventually what happens is it becomes healing. It becomes a healing. Because that pause is not punishment to you. I know it may feel that way, but that pause is not punishment at all. It's an invitation for you to notice these things, right? To reflect and to breathe, right? To reconnect with that person that you've been too busy to meet. Okay? So what is it that you're really running from anyway? And this is a question that I had to ask myself. Not what am I running toward, but what am I running from? And Sometimes we're chasing success because we're afraid of the stillness. Sometimes we're overworking because we don't want to sit with the grief. And we're consistently helping everyone. We help everyone else because we don't know how to care for our own selves. Sometimes our calendar is full because we are afraid of an empty room. Let me say that again. Sometimes our calendar is full because we're afraid of an empty room. And that's a very difficult realization to face because it's true. Because it means that busyness isn't always purpose. Sometimes it's avoidance. You're avoiding things, so you keep yourself busy. And there's no judgment in that, There's no judgment in that. Many of us learn to survive that way, right? It's a coping mechanism for some. But healing eventually asks us to stop running. You have to stop running at some point, Not because movement is necessarily wrong, but because constant movement can become another way of avoiding ourselves. We don't want to keep doing that, right? So, can we talk about disappointment? That's a tough one. Because pauses often arrive disguised as disappointment, right? We had high expectations for something and now we're disappointed. You planned your future. You imagined how things would unfold. You prayed and prayed and prepared. You worked hard. And then suddenly, everything changed. And in those moments, it's natural to ask, why is this happening to me? I've asked that question before. Why is this happening to me? Well, maybe you have too, Maybe you've asked that question to yourself too. But over time, I've started asking a different question. Because I've been through a lot in the past couple of years. And I started to ask a different question. I started asking, what is this season trying to teach me that I could learn while everything was going according to plan? Right? I couldn't learn it when everything was all good and flowing nicely. So when the chaos appeared, or the dark moments, I had to ask myself, what is this season trying to teach me? What lesson is there for me to learn? And that's the question that really changed everything. Because it shifted my attention from resistance to curiosity. Right? And curiosity creates room for growth. It really does. When you become curious, that's where the questions, the really important questions, start to surface. So today, I also want to talk about learning how to be present when life isn't moving at the pace that you expect. Right? Because waiting is something that's it's not comfortable. Right? Especially when you're someone who, you like to make things happen. Especially when you're used to solving problems. That's me. Right? When you've always believed that you work harder, if you work harder and you move faster, or stay busy enough, everything will eventually fall into place. And then one day, life says, not yet, not yet. And then suddenly, all the things that used to work no longer does. Now what? What do we do in that scenario? One of the biggest lies our culture teaches is that if you're not constantly producing, you're falling behind. We're taught to celebrate hustle, right? Grind, to admire exhaustion, to wear being busy like it's a badge of honor. And somehow, resting has become something that we feel we have to earn. But let's think about nature for a moment, right? Trees. Let's look at the trees. I love trees. Trees don't bloom every season, right? The ocean has tides, high tide, low tide. The moon has phases. Even the earth pauses between seasons. So nothing in nature grows without periods of rest. So why do we expect that? You know? Nature takes time to rest. We should learn from nature. Why do we somehow believe that our value disappears the moment that we're no longer producing? Why is that a thing? Let me tell you the truth. The truth is, rest isn't the opposite of growth. Okay? That's a lie. Sometimes rest is where growth begins. And I think one of the hardest places to live is in between. You're no longer the person who you used to be, but you haven't fully become the person that you're growing into. You're standing in the middle, trying to figure it out. Not quite here, not quite there. It feels uncertain and sometimes even lonely. Frustrating, because our minds crave certainty. We want to know. We want clear answers, clear timelines, clear directions. But life doesn't always work that way. Okay? Sometimes growth happens in the unanswered questions. Sometimes the healing happens before clarity even arrives. Sometimes you're being prepared for something that you couldn't carry 6 months ago. And just because you can't see what's happening beneath the surface, you assume that nothing is happening at all. But no. Preparation is something that is often invisible. Okay? You can't see it until after you get an epiphany, like, oh, this is why this and this happened, because I needed to stop and pause and take a break so that this can happen. And so can I ask you something today? Who are you when you're not accomplishing anything? Who are you when you're not doing anything at all? Who are you when you're not helping everyone else? Who are you when you're not working? When you're not fixing any problems? When you're not achieving anything? That's a difficult question, because many of us have unknowingly built our identity around what we do instead of who we are. And that's a hard truth that many people don't want to face. We feel valuable when we're needed, important when we're productive, and we also feel successful when we're accomplishing things. But what happens when life forces you to stop? when you can't perform anymore, when you can't produce anything? Does your worth disappear? Of course not. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Your worth has never been tied to your productivity. It has always existed. It just is. Long before your accomplishments, long before your resume, before anyone applauded you, you were valuable simply because you exist, period. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it. You are valuable because you exist. Sometimes the pause exists to teach us that lesson right there, how valuable we are without everything else. When we're just being still, how valuable are you by just being still? Nobody enjoys delays. We want answers now, opportunities now, healing now, success now. But think about your own life. How many things once felt like disappointments only to become blessings later on? Maybe you didn't get the job that you wanted, right? And then months later, another opportunity came that fit you better. Maybe someone walked away from your life. At the time, it shattered your heart. Then years later, you realized their departure created room. It created room for relationships that were healthier. Sometimes we're grieving closed doors that were actually protecting us. And that's not always easy to believe while you're living through it, while you're going through it. Absolutely. Totally understandable. But hindsight has a remarkable way of revealing what fear couldn't see. Right? And here's something that I've learned. The longer we resist a season, the longer it tends to feel painful. Not because life is punishing us, but because resistance creates additional suffering. Imagine trying to swim against a strong current. Right? You will become exhausted, trust me. Been there, done that. Not because the water is stronger than you, but because you're fighting something that isn't ready to move. Now imagine floating. Not giving up, not surrendering. Simply allowing yourself to move with the season that you're in. Just flow with it. Like Bruce Lee said, be like water. Just flow with the water. Don't go against it. Just flow with it. That's very different. Acceptance doesn't mean that you're quitting. Acceptance is saying, hey, this is where I am today, and from that place, healing becomes possible, period. Okay? If you're listening today and you feel like life has been on pause, I want you to gently challenge that thought. Gently challenge that thought. Maybe your plans have paused. Maybe your routine has changed somehow. Maybe your timeline looks a bit different. But your life has not stopped. Life hasn't stopped. You're still becoming. You're still learning. You're still growing. Right? You're still discovering parts of yourself that the busyness never allowed you to meet because you were distracted. Sometimes the most important chapter of your life is the one that looks the quietest from the outside. Don't underestimate what is happening beneath the surface. Roots, they grow in silence, don't they? And without strong roots, nothing beautiful will last. Right? they keep you grounded. So as I close today, I want to ask you a few questions. I want to leave you with a few questions, actually. Where have you been measuring your worth by your productivity? And what if this pause isn't taking something away from you, but preparing you for something greater that you deserve? What parts of yourself have you finally had the chance to meet? Because life slowed down a bit. And perhaps the biggest question of all, if your life wasn't a race, would you still be in such a hurry? So take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. And remember this: not every pause is a detour. Some pauses are sacred. Some pauses are invitations. Some pauses are where the strongest version of you is quietly being formed. Okay? So until then, keep going within. Because sometimes life slows you down, not to stop your journey, but to make sure that you're becoming the person who can truly embrace where they're heading. Okay? And before I go, I would like to ask for your help with the podcast growth by liking and subscribing on whatever platform you're listening on. Please leave a comment, a like, or share. This helps us to spread awareness and reach the people who needs to hear it. And thank you so much for your support and love. I appreciate each and every one of you for listening. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Going Within Podcast page. You can find us on YouTube, Going Within Podcast, on Instagram, the Going Within Podcast, and on TikTok, the Going Within Podcast as well. Okay? So I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. I want you to stay safe, stay positive, stay healthy. I love you, and namaste. Ciao.
I'm going within today.